Here are all the ways to help your battery in your brand new Samsung Galaxy A17 last the longest, which your battery will last longer charge to charge, and your Samsung Galaxy A17 will last for years by taking care of your battery. Let's get started. The very first thing to know is that the A17 does not come with wireless charging available. Do not add a third-party add-on. Wireless charging, even for phones that have it available, are the worst things to do with your phone, because as you place your phone on the wireless charger, it creates heat. Heat is the #1 destroyer of phones. Don't charge wirelessly. All right, let's move on. The very next thing you can do that will help some estimates are up to 47% savings on your battery, which then I'll tell you even another cool benefit by doing this. So let's jump into settings. Some people like to go this way to settings. Some people like to go this way to settings. Just get the settings the way you like it. We're going to go to display, and it's as simple as turning on dark mode. Dark mode, what's neat about dark mode in these newer screens is called AMOLED, AMOLED. They're not the old school LCD screens. That doesn't work on the LCD screens. But on the AMOLED screens, when it's jet black like this, there is no electricity going to the pixels. So there's two things that benefit you. Number one, it preserves your battery life. Number two, it preserves your screen. You know how some of the older Samsungs, and even the S20s were doing this, but they get the burn-in on the screen. But if you have it in dark mode, there's less of a chance of the burn-in, and your battery's going to last. And some estimates are up to 47%. The other thing that you can do inside dark mode is turn that brightness down, way down. It blows my mind that even with the brightness super low, you can still see the screen in dark mode. Now, if you don't like dark mode, you like it in light mode, you can still turn that brightness way down, whatever works for you, and you're going to still save battery that way. So try dark mode, see if that helps you save a ton of battery in between charges day to day. All right, the very next thing we can do to save a ton of battery is to turn off radios. And you're going to say, radio? I don't know radios in my phone. Yeah, there's a lot of radios in your phone. Most people are familiar with the Bluetooth radio. So if you don't use Bluetooth, let's see if we've got speaker jacks here. No, very likely you would use Bluetooth for your speaker jacks. But if you don't have Bluetooth on, if you don't need it, you turn it off. Even if you for the day, it'll help preserve battery. Let's look at other radios. Right here, NFC and contactless payments. If you don't do contactless payments, turn that off. Let's go to another one. There's more connection settings right here. This one kind of blows my mind. Let's do this one first. Nearby devices. If you don't have to connect to transfer photos or share, that kind of thing, turn this off. Okay, now this is the one that blows my mind. Look, if you touch printing services, it's looking for printers. It's always looking for printers. So if you don't use printing off of your phone, turn that radio off. Okay, one more radio is your location radio. So let's go back all the way to settings, and let's go to location. So if you're always at home, if you're always at work, and you don't need maps, just turn your location radio off. I'm going to close that, and that will save you even more battery. All right, let's move on. All right, the next biggest consumer of your battery is also your screen, but it's your refresh rate. So to find your refresh rate, we're inside settings still. Let's hit display, and it's called motion smoothness right here. Motion smoothness. You can spend a few minutes, and you can read this. Get smoother scrolling. What happens if we push standard? Get longer battery life with 60 hertz. So unless you are a video aficionado or you need it for your gaming, you can turn on standard and save even more battery. All right, let's move on. All right, the next thing to save battery is jump into your battery settings. Obviously, we're in settings. Let's hit battery, and there's a handful of settings here that are kind of cool. So we're going to first go to battery savings right here. Now the menu is robust, and I'm not going to go over every single one, but you can read each one of these. We've already talked about a couple of these. Decrease brightness. You can set your motion. See, we've already talked about that one. Dark mode, screen timeouts, limit apps, and all you have to do is hit power saving on. and it'll help do all of that. Or maybe you don't want your CPU slower, you can leave that one on. There's all sorts of variations that you can find out work for you. I'm going to back out, and I'm going to go right here to battery. Well, might as well do all of them. Background. Limit battery usage for apps that you don't use. Obviously, you want to turn that on. You can read a little bit more, but it's pretty simple. The next one right here is battery protection. I want to touch that. Now, read what Samsung says. Keeping your battery at a full 100% charge for a long time can reduce its lifespan. Choose an option below to protect your battery and make it last longer. So you can choose whatever, again, what works for you, basic, adaptive, or maximum. Your battery will stop charging when it reaches 80%. I have that. I use this one. So if Samsung, I got to turn it on first. If Samsung says that my battery is going to last longer, and actually I like it to be 85%. If my battery is going to last even longer and not, here, let me show you what, do you know what a failed battery looks like? Here's an S8, but this still happens to new, I've seen it happen on S20s, S21s. You leave your battery plugged in, and what happens is that the chemical reaction that produces electricity inside your battery keeps happening. So what happens, it gets 100%, it comes down a little bit, 100%, comes down a little, 100%. So the way that batteries are made is that you want it to come down to around 30, 40%, maybe even 20%, charge back up to 80, and that will give you years and years and years with not this kind of problem with your battery. All right, let's move on. Okay, we're still inside battery. Let's scroll all the way down to charging settings. Now, here's something that's really important, is that does it tell us here on the side? I think that most batteries now come with the 25-watt charger. This one does not come with the charger at all, so that's why it's so cheap. But make sure some of the fast charging settings that are really high, again, produce heat, and then the heat destroys batteries. So you want to make sure that if you have a very fast charger that's over 25 watts, that you get in here and make sure that you slow charging information, show battery level, estimated time until charge. That's fine. And then fast charging or not. All right, those are important. Let's move on to the next one. All of those, see which ones works for you best to help you day-to-day charging so that your battery lasts a long time. And then again, all the things that help your phone, your money you just spent on your A17, we want our phone to last for years and years and years. Hey, if this video has helped you, please subscribe. I've got a worksheet right here that if you, your kids, grandma and grandpa forget their PIN pattern or password, this is a free worksheet, so thank you for watching my video, and watch this video next. That really helps me out. Thanks again.